All right, we're here in Hudson, Mass for Patcon. It's another IPMS show. So if you've seen any of our other IPMS show vlogs that we've done, it should be kind of more of the same. We're hopefully going to see a lot of cool models. This one's got, I think, 2 separate Gundam categories. I think it's like a 100 and larger and one 144th and smaller. And I think there's some other mecha and sci-fi categories too. So that there should be some interesting stuff here. Hopefully we'll meet some cool people and see some great builds. So let's check it out. Good morning.
Morning.
Hopefully,
Thank you. I'll just take one.
just that one. Okay.
That would be $5.
You are number
$5.
53.
Okay.
So that should go on your.
Where do I pay for her admission, general admission for her?
Oh.
My associate.
Associate. That's here, so that'd
Here.
be 5 for you and 5 for you. There was Sophie.
Can you tell me the name of contestant number 26?
I'll do my best.
There you go.
I will do my best.
Sorry.
Can I just get my contestant
Yes.
ID, please, so I can?
Oh, yeah. And you just came in?
Yeah.
Hello.
Did
All
you
right, can I
give
help
me your
you?
entry
Yeah, I mean
form?
that's my name. Yeah, I just
Oh,
gave you my
53.
53. Okay.
53.
Just want to make sure I got the right
You pick. Oh, we got you.
That on
right
there,
number.
And then you can pay
I only have the one
I'm just-
entry, so
I'm tracking
thank
down-
you.
And where was this like last 2 years?
Yeah, right.
You literally like turned a faucet off,
Yeah.
and then everybody
Yeah.
all at once was like,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, gunpla kind of is cool. Bandai makes decent kits."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Cool, yes they do."
Yeah.
They also have stopped sending them this way for a while.
Yeah, right.
So that
And
was
now there's so much stuff. Like
Yeah.
before, it was stuff would show up. I don't know if you guys see the same thing, but stuff would show up. They would last minutes or hours
Oh, yeah,
or days
we
if
do,
you're
like,
lucky.
live feeds,
Yeah. And they would
I
disappear.
would hit post, and there would be like
Nothing
the
left.
phone would just like.
Yeah.
People would just start coming in. Like
Yeah.
we wouldn't even have stuff scanned in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it would just be.
And now
gone.
it's people got choices. So now things that would last
Well,
minutes
and
last
something that I've
days
seen
or
that's
weeks.
Really interesting is like a lot of people that started in the hobby, master grades, they were gone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
now there's
and now they're
tons of
back,
them,
and they're like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And then I have a bunch of people that'll come in and they're like, oh, I wanted that suit. It's a Verka. What is that? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh wow,
Yeah.
like I forget. You're like new.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You've never had the
Yeah, now it's like
experience.
switched the other way. The high grades are harder to get a hold of right now. They're getting cut hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're supposed to get X amount. Ah, dang.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We were wrong about that. And they're like, could we not be? That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. A little consistency, please, so we can predict what's
From
going to happen.
Bandai,
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah, no, not going to happen.
How's the move up to Concord?
Good. It was hell.
Just because
Just because it's moving. I mean, if you ever moved anything, like it's
Oh,
just scale it up by, 10
Yeah.
times or whatever.
I used to move a lot. When my wife was changing jobs, everything like that. And it's like we bought the house in 2006, and I told her I'm not moving again unless it's in a fine box.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it went well. Like it went as smooth as can be expected, but it's still moving. So.
Whereabouts in Concord?
So we're right off exit 16 on 93. It's
Like
Lock
literally.
Road. Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally. There's a little industrial park there, so it's
Because I grew up in Concord.
okay.
This is my hometown.
Yeah, so it's Lock Road is the road. It's like that. So 38 Lock Road. We're just right on that little strip there. It's like a bunch of industrial stuff. Which is perfect. It's quiet.
Yeah.
Right off the highway, so it's easy to access. Yeah.
Sure. Nice.
Yeah, so it's good. We've just been buried ever since, pretty much. We had like a week lull once we got in there, and then everything like, oh yeah, they're open again.
Yeah. Do you have a retail space as well, or the ability?
We don't. We in theory maybe could. We don't really have the space right now, and we don't have the manpower to split our attention to do like a retail space. Like
Can somebody come in and buy?
people can come in and local pickup. So we So we, like if someone wants a tour of the warehouse, they're more than welcome. Like in the old place, we used to let people like browse and stuff. We're not really allowing that now because just there's so much more space and so much more stuff going on that I don't feel comfortable letting some random person walk through.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna trip on something or get lost, or God forbid they pick something up and put it somewhere else. I'll never find it again.
Right.
It's hard enough to find the stuff that we know we got and know where it's supposed to be. So it's been a lot. We've just been buried. Tons of stuff coming in.
Nice. Yeah. It seems to be like the market's kind of opened up a little bit.
Yeah, so it's all these orders we've been waiting on forever are all like flooding in all at once. So it's good. It's also like tough just to keep up with checking it all in. It's been fun.
It's a good problem. It's
Yeah.
a problem to flip a year or so ago where it's like, I got
Yeah, it's definitely a better problem to have. You got no inventory, you got nothing. If you got inventory, you can start playing games with. If something's not moving the rate you thought it was, you can always put something on sale. You can change things up. If you got nothing to sell, you don't really have a business.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. I'm happy for you. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's been fun.
In fact, I've got family and friends up there still. I just want to pop up there. I was hoping it's like, I might do a little detour.
Yeah,
Just kind of pop up and see what it is.
sure. Definitely stop by if you're in the area. Do you have a guess how many people are going to turn out for this?
No, it's always kind of a surprise.
Yeah, it's like,
See, I was telling George, like, I'll get here early and I'll be like, oh shit, there are no kids here. And then I realize, they have parents that drive them here. And,
Yeah, right.
It takes a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
Hey,
Good to see you, man.
what's going on?
GM Phil. From
Yeah, I thought that was you, but the mask makes it really hard to
Yeah, it does.
identify people. It's like from the eyes and the side of it looks like shaved head. Like
Indeed.
there's like a 10% chance that.
No, they're much higher than that, man.
Yeah, maybe.
How you doing?
Good.
How's the new location?
It's been good. So it's good because we got the space. Like it's a much better situation for us that way. It's things in general though have just been crazy.
I bet.
Like all the stuff that hasn't been shipping forever is like shipping all at once now. So we're just like flailing.
Like all the unicorn grunt kits that I've been waiting for. It's like here.
Yeah,
Like,
all at
supposed
once.
to come out in the next
And
couple
then
of months.
everybody, instead of it like one thing trickling out, and it was like okay, and they just grab them all at the same time. It's now like I gotta choose which one do I get now, which one do I get later. With playing the gamble of how bad do I want it versus how likely is it to stay in stock, and it's been crazy.
It's crazy how Mega Warehouse has gone. The
Yeah.
arc in such a short time.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
Employees do you have now?
I have to think about that question, which is in itself a thing, right? So, 1, 2, we're not at a dozen yet. We got Patrick, Santana, Dylan, Brett, Chad, David, Tyler. So 7. That's 7, right? Some help from the viewers at home. Is that 7? Yeah, so it's 7, not including myself or Kate. So the team's 9, and we're probably hiring more. So
Crazy good, man.
yeah, it's been nuts.
You down here showing or are you displaying anything?
I have a kit on the table. Dom R35.
Ah, that one's yours. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized that.
Yeah. So I got that one. I'm curious to see how it does because
It looks
it's the thing
great,
I'm
man.
most proud of everything I've done so far. I know what the flaws are, but they're hopefully no one else can find
That's
them.
the way,
in the amount of
you
time
look
I
at it
have.
and go, crap, I didn't get that nub. Damn it.
None of that in this one. This one I generally try not to paint all the internals because I just don't have time and no one's going to see them anywhere.
No.
But there's a few cases in this one where I wish I had paid more attention to the backsides of pieces because it's such a big, voluminous kit that some of those openings on the inside kind of are visible from certain angles a little bit. And whether it was whatever color, just not primer or primer mixed with the base color or whatever, it would have been good, I think.
I get that. I get that.
So, but we'll see. I haven't spent a lot of time looking at stuff over there, but there's a lot of good builds already. So it's not like there's some stiff competition probably. So
Good stuff. There we go. I will let you enjoy the con. I'll see you
okay,
around.
you too. Yeah, see you around. What's going on, man?
How you doing? Oh, I cut my long hair.
Yeah, I saw your question. I was like, I think that's him.
I cut the
but
Jesus head.
the hair's shorter. But as soon as I saw the unicorn, as I was walking over,
This
I
is
was like,
my
yeah, that's
favorite
definitely
one,
him.
if you can believe it.
Oh, really? Is that new?
That's the artifacts.
Oh yeah, nice.
4 months on that.
4 months. Wow. Is this like all scratch built?
Yep, and then I had to reshape the whole thing, and then I added 51 rivets.
Wow.
That's
awesome.
And I'm doing more clears. So.
Which version behind you again? The
Real grade?
Real grade, yeah. The real grade we are currently out of, I think, but we do have some on the way.
Okay. That's probably going to be the one I buy because I have the gun. The P Bandai.
Yeah.
So I want to do like a moon base with him shooting it.
Yeah.
I just don't have a knife.
Yeah, they're definitely. I don't know if they're
They sell like
incoming, but they sell pretty fast. But I know if they're not like literally on the way, then we got confirmed for a good number, so we'll have them in stock
I'll
in the
just
next
check
few months.
the
Yeah.
site now.
I know you won't be starting it in the next couple of weeks, probably.
True, but that's also another idea that
Yeah.
who knows when.
Yeah, but we'll definitely be getting them. So.
Thank you.
Gundam 1144 and smaller. Third place is Brian Knapp with his MS Zaku 1. Second place is Nicholas Savoy for Dom R35. And
Nick
first
Savory.
place is Louis Barrera
Second,
for
I think
his
it's okay.
Nightingale Artifact.
Thank you.
First thing is, the finish work in general is just spot on. You take a look at this thing, and for the most part, there are no places that one can see a seam line. So any shoulder areas, anything like that, it's all clean. The second thing is, even like the uniform finish on the whole thing, it's uniform. So a lot of times what you see is like, you'll see like somebody do a top coat, and there might be some areas where it's still a little glossy, or they might have missed a spot. So that's the second thing. And then the other thing is like, even like the water slides here, you can't see the edging on them. So normally with the water slide, there's usually some kind of a raised level, or if you don't cut it back far enough, you actually get more of that material and it comes through. So it didn't come through. So that was the other thing that was really, really clean. Overall, the entire build, the entire finish was pretty clean. And that's, I think, the thing that kind of stands out. So generally in competition, for like, can you get the basics? Are there any nubs and seams? And the answer is on this one, there were not. The only one that we saw that was kind of close, right about there, with the hand coming apart, but that's just the nature of how the hands are put together.
Squeeze it together.
Yeah, that's it. Outside of that, that was the only thing that really, really stood out. So the rest of the finish was pretty spot on. So very uniform. All the judges, actually, we all came up to this and said, that's just uniformly clean. So there you go.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, no, you're welcome.
Anything that you think could be better, or like we're taking that next level? Because I see it's like I feel like I did well here. I've gone to like rodeo down in Virginia. And
Yeah.
I feel like this wouldn't even be considered as like it's because there's so many good builds. And so what else could I do to like stand out?
See, that's a loaded question, and the reason is what would make it, I think, more competition worthy.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is, if you take a look at number one and number two, the finish work on those kits in terms of like all the little detailing. So for example, like maybe doing different coloring on certain parts, or if you're doing plot ads, or if you're doing something else like a little bit more, lifting it up to the next level. But from an out of the box painted finish, it was clean. And that's the first thing that a judge will look for, is this kit clean. There were some tanks that we looked at that were remarkably well scratch built, but they had a lot of flaws on them. So it didn't matter that you actually lifted yourself up. You couldn't get some of the basics down, so there were problems there. So just again, right out of the box, this was just spectacular in terms of just the clean finish. So congratulations.
I guess that kind of concludes the IPMS adventure for the day, Patcon. I was actually kind of surprised to take second in the category I entered in, 1144 and smaller, with my Dom R35. I'm happy about it, but definitely totally surprised. There were definitely some good builds at the show. had a few great conversations, and overall it was another great experience. And I would definitely recommend trying to get to a local IPMS show if you can, especially if there's Gundam categories and stuff like that. You'll find the opportunity to learn so much from other people and get inspiration on other things that you might want to try and stuff like that. So it's definitely worth taking the trip, even if you don't have a build to bring. But if you can, bring something, enter it. I don't think there's really a downside. So yeah, I'll leave it with that.